Hello to all our wonderful listeners. Welcome back to Furry Stories, the podcast that shares the most adorable, hilarious, and sometimes touching tales of our four-legged bosses who ensure our lives are never, ever boring, with a story that I guarantee will have anyone who has both a partner and a dog nodding their head and saying, "Hey, that's my life." Listeners, as dog owners, we all know that in our dog's eyes, we are their entire world. We are the center of their universe, the one and only favorite human in their heart. But what happens when another human enters our life and tries to steal that coveted favorite person spot away from them? Yes, that's right. We're talking about our boyfriends, girlfriends, and partners. The moment our significant other appears on the scene, our once sweet and cuddly four-legged friend can instantly transform into a major obstacle, or shall we say, heart rival number one. Today, we're going to chat about this classic topic, hilarious stories of dogs who are jealous of their owner's partner. It's a tale of a domestic Cold War filled with mischievous plots and epic side-eye. Just how funny and endearing can it get? Let's find out together. Today's story comes from a woman named Prey and her sassy Shiba Inu, Kyo. Just from the breed, you can already guess the level of sass we're dealing with, right? 3-year-old Kyo was the one and only prince in Prey's apartment. He was the owner of the sofa, the master of the bed, and the sole keeper of Prey's heart. Every day, Kyo was used to receiving 100% of her undivided attention. But then, one day, Kyo's throne began to wobble. This was the day that Prey introduced her boyfriend, Arm, to Kyo for the very first time. The second Arm stepped into the room, Kyo, who had been lounging comfortably on the sofa, shot up to his feet. His ears were pricked, his usually curly tail went still, and his narrow eyes scanned the intruder from head to toe. Arm, wanting to make a good first impression, crouched down and extended his hand for a sniff, just like the doggy handbooks say to. Kyo cautiously approached, sniffed Arm's hand a couple of times, and then promptly turned his head away, gave a little scoff, and strutted back to his spot on the sofa. The Cold War was officially declared from the very first meeting, and the hilarity ensued from that day forward. Prey shared that Kyo had an endless arsenal of tactics to show his disapproval and keep Arm at a distance. Operation Middleman. Every time Arm came over and tried to sit next to Prey on the sofa, Kyo would deploy his legendary insertion skill. He'd get up from wherever he was, walk over, and squeeze himself into the space right between Prey and Arm, no matter how small it was. If there wasn't enough room, Kyo would use his chin as a wedge or just lean his entire body weight against them until Arm was forced to move away. It was a clear declaration, "This spot is mine." Operation Reject the Bribe. Arm tried to win Kyo over with gifts many times. He bought new toys, the most expensive treats, but the result was always the same. Kyo would walk over, sniff the offering, and then give a look of utter disdain before walking away. One time, Arm bought him a brand new rubber ball. Kyo took the ball, carried it away, and hid it under the sofa, refusing to ever play with it again. It was as if to say, "I do not accept gifts from the enemy." Operation The Death Stare. The Shiba Inu's greatest weapon is the side-eye. Every time Arm tried to be affectionate with Prey, even with just a simple hug, Kyo would sit silently from a corner of the room and deliver a piercing death stare full of judgment and silent threats, as if to say, "What do you think you're doing? Unhand my human at once." And finally, Operation The Kidnapping. The most epic incident happened one day when Arm left his sandals outside the bathroom. When he came out, one sandal was missing. They searched the entire apartment and couldn't find it. Finally, they located the missing sandal in Kyo's food bowl. Kyo was lying beside it, guarding it possessively, growling at anyone who came near. It was an act of sabotage and a power move that left Arm both laughing and completely exasperated. The war between Kyo and Arm went on for months, providing endless entertainment and chaos for Prey. It reached a point where she knew she had to step in and try to broker a peace treaty between her two great loves. Kyo's story is just priceless, isn't it, listeners? It's a war with no bloodshed, just a loss of dignity and a single sandal for poor Arm. But have you ever wondered why dogs exhibit this guarding behavior so intensely, almost like a jealous human? Do they actually feel jealousy? In this second segment, we're going to decode the secrets behind this adorable yet frustrating behavior. In the world of animal behavior, what we perceive as jealousy or possessiveness is actually rooted in a combination of a dog's natural instincts. 1. Resource guarding. This is the most significant reason. From a dog's perspective, their owner is the most valuable resource in their life. The owner provides food, shelter, safety, love, and fun. When a third party, our partner, enters the picture, the dog sees this person as a competitor who is trying to take this precious resource away. Behaviors like wedging themselves in the middle, barking, or growling are all forms of resource guarding. It's no different from how they might guard a favorite toy or their food bowl. 2. Disruption of routine. Dogs are creatures of habit. The arrival of a partner in our life means a major change to their world. The one-on-one walks they used to have might now include a third person. The entire sofa they used to have to themselves now has to be shared. The time they used to spend playing with them is now divided. These changes can create confusion, stress, and anxiety for a dog. The jealous behavior they exhibit can therefore be a sign of their insecurity and worry. 3. The pack protection instinct. Dogs see us as part of their pack, and they feel a duty to protect that pack. A stranger who enters their territory, especially one who gets very close to the pack leader, that's you, can initially be seen as an intruder or a potential threat. The dog's behavior is their way of controlling the situation and protecting the person they love. So Kyo's behavior towards Arm wasn't born from a personal hatred. It was his natural instincts telling him, I must protect the most valuable thing in my life from this significant new competitor. When you understand it that way, it changes from, my dog is being naughty, to, my dog loves me so much, doesn't it?
Now that we understand the deep-seated reasons behind our possessive pup's behavior, we arrive at the conclusion of the Cold War between Kyo and Arm. What did Prey do to finally get them to call a truce? Prey knew she couldn't choose sides. She had to become the ultimate peacemaker to build a new, stronger, and more harmonious pack. And so began her Operation Turn Foe into Friend. Step 1. Turn the intruder into the bringer of all good things. This was the first and most important role. Prey completely recast Arm's role in Kyo's life. He was no longer just a visitor. He was now the source of everything wonderful. The food giver. Every time Arm came over, he was the one who would put Kyo's food bowl down. The treat dispenser. The most delicious, high-value treats that Kyo loved would only come from Arm's hands. The fun starter. Arm was the one who would pick up the leash to signal a walk, or the one to initiate a game of fetch. Repeating this process over and over created a new association in Kyo's brain. The old equation, Arm's arrival equals mom's attention is shared, was replaced with a new one. Arm's arrival equals I get delicious food, I get to go outside, this is fun. Step 2. Create Three's Company activities. Instead of letting Arm and Kyo compete for her attention, Prey created activities that they had to do together as a trio. They would go for walks in the park together, with Arm and Prey taking turns holding the leash. They would all watch TV on the sofa together, with Kyo happily sitting in the middle. They would play tug-of-war together. This helped to build a sense of being on the same team or in the same pack. Step 3. Offer respect and space. Prey also taught Arm to better understand Kyo's body language. He learned not to force interactions, like sudden hugs or pickups. Instead, he would wait for Kyo to approach him first. Giving the dog space and not forcing affection allows them to build trust at their own pace and lowers their anxiety. And what was the result? Prey said it took several weeks of consistency, but slowly things began to change. And then one day, a moment happened that let her know her plan had worked. Arm was sitting quietly at the table, working, when Kyo picked up his favorite stuffed toy, walked over and dropped it right on Arm's feet, then sat down and stared expectantly. It was the first time he had ever initiated play. In that moment, Arm was happier than if he'd won the lottery. Today, Kyo and Arm are the best of friends. There might still be a little bit of competitive side-eye now and then, but Kyo has fully accepted Arm as a beloved member of his pack.
And that was the full story of Kyo, the guardian of the throne that we had for you today. It's a story that's both hilarious and incredibly heartwarming at the same time, isn't it? This story teaches us that a dog's possessive behavior isn't born from malice, but from a deep love and insecurity. Scolding or punishing them is never the right approach. Instead, understanding, patience, and creating positive shared experiences are the keys to blending everyone into one happy family. For any of our listeners who might be dealing with a similar Cold War at home, try applying some of Prey's methods. Turning your partner into the source of all your dog's happiness is the best way to help them accept one another. Love can be complicated, but if we manage it with understanding, whether it's love for a person or for a pet, everything can fall into place beautifully. Thank you for tuning in to Furry Stories today. I hope Kyo's story brought a smile and a little bit of joy to your day. Join us again next time for more adorable tales from our four-legged friends. Until then, goodbye!